Hi Gemini, thank you so much for joining me. My name's Cindy and I'm here to do your reading for January 2020. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button and turn on those post notifications. Okay, let's get right into it. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and also a Happy New Year. New year, new change. There's a lot of change coming. I've done a few readings already for January 2020 and it's all changes. So let's see what comes up for you. Okay, Gemini? Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020, please. What are the messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020? What are the messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020? So when I was doing your guys' pre-shuffling, the Knight of Pentacles came out. So some of you guys could be receiving a message about a job offer or something that pertains to work or money or finances, something of that sort. And it is a positive message, okay? It's definitely a positive message coming in. Somebody could be coming in with some type of offer, okay? So keep that in mind. And let's see what we got, okay? Let's see what comes up, okay, guys? What are the messages for Gemini? Don't worry, I'm going to cut the deck. Just give me a second. So these cards popped out. I'm not going to take them because I have not cut the deck yet. Once I cut the deck, then I will. I just kind of want to get more energy into the cards. What are the messages for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020. Two more shuffles. What are the messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020? Okay. Let's cut the deck and see where we land. Okay. So starting off, the bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The Four of Cups talks about an offer coming in, something that is good, doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Some people can say that with this card, sometimes people ignore the offers. Other people don't. But there definitely is an offer coming in, okay? Either from a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or an offer coming in, period. Okay? Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020. What are the messages for January for Gemini? Okay, two cards popped out. The first one is the Eight of Wands. So this is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is fast communication, okay? Traveling could be, but it's mostly about communication, okay? So some of you guys could be communicating with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or some of you guys are just going to be receiving a lot of communication, okay, pretty soon, okay? The next one out is the Moon card. This is a sign of Cancer. This is a major arcana. So this can talk about secrets, things that are hidden, things that are unknown that you don't know. Okay, we'll of course dive more into it as we get through the reading. I will definitely be clarifying the cards, okay? Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020. Next one that popped out was the Six of Swords, okay? So this is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Either you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or not. Some of you guys could have... this is moving to calmer waters. So some of you guys could have received some type of message or something about somebody hiding secrets, and this is what is prompting you to move. This for me is a move. It could be across water. This is a physical move, okay? Literally moving across water, or it could just mean moving on with your feelings. For some of you guys, some of you need to make a decision about something, I feel, and you haven't made the decision, or it's hard to make a decision, okay? Let's see what else comes out. What are the messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020? Okay, so 2 popped out. So the next one is the 7 of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini you could be dealing with. Okay, the 7 of Swords talks about something happening, something that happened that you, like, something didn't go as you had anticipated with somebody, for some of you guys. Of course, this is a general reading, so it can always be switched and flipped. But I feel like a lot of you guys are moving away from a situation that you feel like it just didn't work out the way that you had thought it was going to work out. The Knight of Pentacles came out again. Remember, I told you guys that this came out when I was premeditating on the cards before I started the video camera. This is the Knight of Pentacles, so this is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This is a message about money, a message. It's a good message. It has something to do with something coming in quite swiftly that has to do with your finances. So for me, it could be a message, or it could be something in regards to that. Also, something in regards to your stability, okay? But they are coming in swiftly. We'll see what comes up next. Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020. Okay, so the next card out is a Major Arcana. It's the Judgment card. So there definitely is a decision. There definitely is a decision that needs to be made. Spirit is calling upon you to make the decision. Usually for me, this is like, this can be more of like you judging people, people judging you, or people, basically a karma card. That's the way I see it. It's 210, so 1010, which is 20, of course. But I feel like whatever this is, it's definitely a decision that you're being called to make by the universe. Okay, so be sure to keep that in mind. The bottom of the deck is the Fool card. I usually don't look at the bottom of the deck unless it is a Major Arcana, and this is a Major Arcana. The Fool card talks about new beginnings. I've seen this card so many times since I've done these readings. This is all a new beginnings card. Okay, so this is kind of taking that leap of faith, not really knowing what's coming up, but kind of just, you know, taking that leap of faith and saying, well, I'm just gonna do it. You know, it's like putting the fear aside type of card. Okay, I'm not gonna take it because it was at the bottom of the deck, but that's just kind of letting me know that you are gonna make a decision, and that decision is gonna talk about a new beginning. Okay, Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020. What are the messages for, excuse me, sorry, the card's like, what are the messages for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for January 2020. What are the messages, please, for Gemini? Next one out is the Ten of Swords. I also saw this one when I was premeditating on the cards. So a lot of you guys, this is basically pain, painful ending to a cycle. This is also a completion. Tens are completions, okay? So this definitely does talk about a completion coming to an end, a completion to heartbreak, a completion to something of that sort. But I definitely feel like you guys were heartbroken, you guys were hurt in the past, and now you guys are moving on from that. Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini, please, for January 2020? What are the messages for Gemini for January 2020? Yeah, and it's funny because I also saw this one. It didn't jump out, but it kind of just caught my eye, and I saw it and I didn't say anything. You know, I kind of just saw it and was like, oh, okay, well, that's something to also be mindful of. This is the Three of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, okay? So this is celebration. So you're making a decision to kind of leave stuff behind. And now that there's a completion, you're celebrating. And this can also talk about being around family and friends, okay? The bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords, okay? And the Two of Swords talks about needing to make a decision but not being able to make a decision, okay? But you do need to make a decision. And of course, Judgment's here, so it's also letting me know. And then the bottom of that is the World card. So this definitely is an ending to a cycle. Okay, and underneath that is the Devil card. So you could be dealing with the Capricorn, okay, or this can talk about something you're passionate about. Perhaps it has something to do with sex, addiction, stuff like that. But I'm not going to take that one. I am going to take the world so I can clarify the world. So I will put the world right here on this side. But yeah, I mean, pretty great reading. I think that, you know, there's a lot of changes. This is a new year, so it's a lot of changes for a lot of us. Beautiful communication coming through. So there is going to be something good to look forward to. Communication, decisions, all of that is being made. Leaving people in the past, leaving people behind that no longer serves us. That's exactly what's going on towards 2020, okay? Now, let's see what we have. This video is being recorded in December, but it is intended for January 2020, okay? So keep that in mind. And time is fluid, so even though it's intended for January, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen everything in January that I say. Time is fluid, so it can happen at the end of December, which is around now, or it can happen middle of January, end of January, beginning of February, whatever the universe decides. I'm not the universe, so I don't decide. I just tell you what's coming, right? Okay, Spirit, tell me about this 8 of Wands, please. Tell me about this 8 of Wands. Tell me about the 8 of Wands, please. So there definitely is a decision that needs to be made, and I feel like a lot of you guys are making it. There is 3 major arcana cards here, so 3 can be a significant number for some of you. Okay. Spirit, what are the 8 of Wands, please? Okay, let's cut this deck. What is the 8 of Wands, please? Tell me about the 8 of Wands, please, for Gemini for January 2020. Tell me about the 8 of Wands. Communication. This communication is happy communication. The 10 of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So whatever communication this is from a fire sign, or it's just communication in general, is going to bring a lot of happiness. Okay? A lot of happiness to you guys. I'm sorry, excuse me. A lot of communication. Okay? And it's going to be happy communication. Some of you could be moving. Okay. Tell me about the Moon card, please, Spirit. Tell me about the Moon card. What you don't know is that some of you guys are going to be moving into financial stability. Money, 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 money. This is good money. This is a lot of money. This is stability. This is a lump sum of money for some. And that's kind of like that's kind of like what you don't expect. The bottom of that is the 3 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups is right here. Celebrations, remember, family, friends, which is right here. But yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of you guys just don't know that whatever this move is, or this communication is just going to bring a lot of happiness, and it's also going to bring some stability, some money. It doesn't necessarily mean you're winning the lottery. Keep that in mind. It could just mean that it's just going to bring a more stable environment, a more stable home to you and your family, or, you know, what have you, whatever the case may be. Spirit, tell me about this 6 of Swords, please. Tell me about the 6 of Swords. Tell me about the... Okay. 2 cards popped out. So, the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So, we have 2 8s now. Okay, 2 8s. So, 8, 8, that could be a significant number. And we have the 2 of Cups. So remember, I saw the 2 of Cups earlier. So the 8 of Wands is communication. So like I said, so whatever this is that prompted you to move away or travel, it's because for some type of relationship, some type of partnership. It could have to do with love. I feel that it does have to do with love. But there is communication coming in and traveling, and also you know, the 2 of Cups talks about a partnership. It doesn't necessarily have to talk about a relationship, like a romantic relationship. It could just talk about simply just a friendship, okay? Something of that matter, but it doesn't, you know, necessarily have to talk about a romantic relationship. Tell me about the 7 of Swords, please, for Gemini, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords, please. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Okay, so yeah, so a lot of you guys just know your worth. You're stable people, could be dealing with the Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, but I feel like maybe some of you guys feel like something didn't work out between you and a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo within a friendship, or this is just you. You know, things didn't work out the way you had anticipated, and so you know your self-worth. You know that you're financially stable, you're independent, you're a great person, you know, who you know, loves to give, very nurturing, somebody who knows their worth. Okay, tell me about this Knight of Pentacles. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles, please. The Ace of Swords just popped out. So the Ace of Swords has to talk about a new beginning. Something that is the truth that's coming to light, okay? This can talk about you discovering new truths, okay, about a situation. So they're going to come in quite quick. Whatever this is, this truth being told, it could be by a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But they are coming in quick. Knights are quick. Knights are quick, fast-thinking people. They can also be people who spend their money unwisely. But for this, I feel like you're going to find out the truth about a situation with this person. This person is going to be the one to deliver the message. So it might not be about the person. It might just be in general. Okay? Tell me about the Judgment card, please. Tell me about the Judgment card, please, Spirit. For Gemini for January 2020. Tell me about the... Okay. So the Two of Wands just popped out. So this is something that you've been waiting for. There's a decision that you've been waiting for to make, and Spirit is calling upon you to make the decision now. Okay? It's time. You're being called upon to do this. This is a card of waiting. This is a card of standing back, you know, really discovering what it is you need to actually do. And I feel like now is the time that you're being called to make that important decision. It is important, and it is something that you have been waiting on for some of you. So, you know, you're waiting on it. It happened. The bottom of the deck is the World card. So we have the World twice. So there definitely is a cycle that is ended and a new cycle is going to begin. And that was at the bottom of the deck. I'm not going to take it, but I'm just letting you guys know that it was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled this out. The Two of Wands, okay, with the Judgment card. So keep that in mind. Okay, but this is a decision. This is a decision that Spirit is asking you to make. Okay, woo, woo. Okay, so the Tower card came out with all the other cards that fell on the floor. So this is definitely an ending to a situation. The Tower can talk about something coming to a big boom. So I feel like whatever decision this is that you have to make, that you've been kind of waiting to make, knowing that you need to make it, it is going to cause a pretty big boom in the other person's life, or it is going to affect peers, people around you, family, friends. But it's a decision that needs to be made, okay? This, whatever happens, it's destiny. But let me pick up the other cards on the ground. Give me a minute, a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4, 5. I'm done. Okay, so yeah, so the decision is being called upon. You know, Spirit is wanting that. Okay, just to let you guys know. Okay, tell me about this Ten of Swords, please. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. Tell me about the Ten of Swords, please. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. Tell me about the Ten of Swords, please, Spirit. Okay. So the Devil card came out. Like I said, you could be dealing with the Capricorn. Like I said, this does talk about sex, passionate sex, very passionate addictions. So I feel like a lot of you guys could have been hurt by a Capricorn, or you know, you're just kind of like the cycle with the Capricorn is over, or there's a completion that ended with the Capricorn. So I feel like there is a healing at the end, because there is the Star card at the bottom of the deck. So that lets me know that, yes, this is a completion that ended, but it's also a healing right after, okay? So keep that in mind. Tell me about this Three of Cups, please. Tell me about this Three of Cups. Okay, so the Magician card came out for the Three of Cups. So that tells me to tell you that you have all the tools. And this is something that you've manifested, okay, for quite some time. So you do have all the tools to handle this, and you do know exactly what you want. And a lot of you have manifested this. You've manifested this, and it's came to fruition, and here you are celebrating, okay? This ending, whatever it was, is definitely came to a big close, okay? Tell me about this Two of Swords, please, Spirit. Tell me about the Two of Swords. Tell me about the Two of Swords, please. Okay. Look, the Three of Cups. So whatever this is, decision that you're having a hard time making, I think you guys are having a problem making a decision about friends, family, or something that has to do with some type of celebration. Some of you guys could be trying to throw a party for somebody, and you're like, you don't really know what to do right now. You're stuck. Or it could just be you have to make a decision about somebody, you know, that was your friend or your family. And it is quite hard because I'm having problems talking. So maybe it's hard for you to make the decision because you can't get your words out. You know, you don't know what to say. And it could just be hard. You know, it's hard to, you know, make a decision. It could be a decision about anything. Doesn't have to mean parting ways with somebody. It could just mean any type of decision, okay? Spirit, tell me about this World card. Tell me about the World card. The Hierophant. Yeah, so there definitely is a contractual agreement or an agreement or a relationship that did come to an end. The cycle is over. A new cycle is beginning. A lot of completions taking place here. So we have 2 10s on the ground. 2 2s. 2 3s. So yeah, and a lot of major arcanas, okay? So this definitely is a completion to a relationship, to a cycle with somebody. You know, I feel like a lot of you guys are walking away from things that are no longer emotionally, you know, emotionally there for you. You know, things that really just don't help you to grow. You know, they kind of stunt your growth. I feel like a lot of you guys are walking away from that now. And you're kind of just like, I'm done, you know. But yeah, there is a lot of decisions to be made, Gemini, in January 2020. But the good news is that it comes with beginnings. You know, with every ending, there's a new beginning. So keep that in mind. And, you know, always follow your intuition. It really does help, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed your January 2020 reading. I will be back with you guys for mid-January 2020. So I'll be doing your mid-January reading. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.